Bonsoir tout le monde. Welcome back to Tom Plays Europa Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. We are back with France, and yeah, we're doing alright, you know. Took a few extra bits of land, embraced global trade. We're now trying to build manufactories, which is the main reason I haven't yet gone for... Oh, we need to call these. Haven't yet gone for better advisors, which we do need to look at going for soon. And I would really, really like to attack Great Britain, but we kind of can't until the wars of religion are over. So, yeah. So in the meantime, I'm going to summon the diet, see what people have. Bourgeoisie are not doing so we can finally ignore them for once. Pastors want us to invest, that's not great. Nobility casting a jealousy on Benin. I actually like that idea. I'm going to go with that. So Benin, I don't know if you remember last time. Actually, I'm going to get an basically sponsored an army to rise up in our area. So I'm moving somewhere central in case of uprisings. And I was actually building a spy network on them. But in theory, taking that should give us a claim already. So I'm hoping that ally isn't too huge. Let's get these guys moving again. So they should be protecting Alexandria. Just want them out of the way for when our actual fleet gets here. So presumably going to have to move this army in 2 lots. Looks like we actually have a claim on Dahomey as well, which is interesting. Far more interested in attacking Benin, really, given they helped our enemies, but it might depend on what allies each person has. So I think Benin just has the one. I can't see how big they are. Whereas Dahomey has a bunch, so Benin's definitely a good place to start. If that fulfills the noble's request, then great. If it doesn't, I guess we'll have to attack Dahomey as well now. Don't have any choice. It's always very risky taking these ones the nobles do, because they'll sometimes try and push you into attacking somewhere that's really not a good strategic choice. Leather cannon is an upgrade, and apparently some cavalry as well. Been a while since we upgraded our military. That's because I was so determined to get global trade, you see. Yep, they are moving, that's good. So we can actually make another claim against them if we get to 35, so it's worth keeping the spy network going. Speaking of which, we should keep making claims on Spain. So let's claim Barcelona. And if our ships are really good enough repair, let's send them back for the rest of the army. It's got 18 transport ships right now, which is enough to transport one of our armies in 2 trips. We do want to bring this army back up to strength. As in, up to strength, I should say, so that it matches the others. Are they seriously asking for another piece of land back? You're not having it. I do not care. Right, so how big is one of these armies? Because I'm guessing our manpower is pretty much there again now. 2247. This is 1247. So it literally needs 10 infantry. Let's actually do that. That's where we have the manpower. So I'm hoping our war with Benin won't be too costly in terms of manpower anyway. And I do want to keep close to our force limit, which I should have checked before doing that, but fortunately we're well within it. In fact, so much within it we need to start enlarging these armies. And we've also got loads of room for extra navy. So we have got to start enhancing our navy as well. Military access, I have no issue with that. I did want to check our rivals. So we do have room for a third, and the Commonwealth is an option, so let's go with the Commonwealth. Get to the point now where we're getting so big as a country that we're just going to get messages constantly. Unfortunately, can't be helped. Also do a trade embargo on the Commonwealth if they're our new rival, because it won't cost us anything and it will improve our power projection, which is down to 19 now. Supply limit's 38, so I'll have to watch the supply limit when we do enlarge our armies. We're okay here. Yeah, I think these are all things that our colonial nations will handle. Could boost our stability, but I don't want to now. Uprising. Corsican separatists in Nice. Formed. Is that in Lyonesse? Okay. So we should actually be able to get our army there, right next to Nice. So that's good. Burgundy has now embraced global trade. Good for them. Okay, I see no particular reason to delay. Let's do it. Find out all about Hauser as we go, I suppose, and once again I've completely forgotten to actually fabricate a claim. We were almost there as well. I'm really not doing well here. Never mind, we'll take the lands our nobles want us to take anyway. That's what matters. Keep an eye out for their ally. Okay. In Kent. Oh boy, right, let's pause for a sec, because that's a little bit too much to deal with at once. Okay, that's our new colony. We do need one in California as well, to be fair. But we're probably going to have a job getting there. I'm a little reluctant to take this piece of land because I think it might mean that they get confused over who owns what. So for now, let's keep building in Mexico. It can be a state, but we mustn't core it. Right, now we need to go to Kent. And do we have a spare general? I think we do. Probably this one. So actually we could have given those troops the Conquistador, couldn't we? In fact, possibly it would be worth doing that anyway. Just thinking it's going to be a while before the colonist actually arrives, so they shouldn't be needed to defend the colony just yet, so maybe it's worth just giving you a Conquistador and getting rid of that little bit of terra incognita. Actually, you could go around anyway. Never mind, let's go in there, it's fine. Just need to remember to pick them up and send them back to the colony later on, but we'll be fine. While we're at it, I think we lost our claims on Geneva. if we had any on Milan. Oh, actually, to be fair, there is no Geneva anymore. Fair enough then. How about you? No, I've still got claims on them. They're probably permanent claims, which is good. Okay, fine. In that case, who likes us least out of our subjects? Genoa still likes us least. Actually, more to the point, who are our allies these days? So there's the Ottomans, who are very important, so let's improve relations with them. I think there's Bohemia. Is there anyone else? Scotland. Fair enough. So we need to improve relations with them. And the Dongo, of course, who we were hoping we could vassalize. We'll see. Give it time. Our diplomat in Spain has been discovered. We should have fabricated a claim earlier. Let's go with Navarre. Might actually end it there. I think we've got claims on 4 provinces. Of course we forced the ship out, didn't we? It's not so bad then. And apparently that is Hausa. Right, okay. I guess we're about to find out how powerful they are. May as well take this province first. So we should be able to go there despite not having a conquistador in this army. Oh good. Because... ooh, nearly there. Ooh, Plo. That's where King Stephen came from. Special rule when you're at war with a nation, you're allowed to enter terra incognita to get to them. So apparently that's the route we're going to take. So we should discover some stuff, which is nice. And we also need to make states and core Nice. Excellent. Got some more technology. So we've got the Galliot now. So our ship technology is actually increasing pretty rapidly now, which is brilliant. Skill 3 Theologian. I am actually game for getting them and using them. If they're cheaper. So that will be administrative, I think. This one here, you see how much cheaper that is? 1702 versus 851. And it gives us less unrest, which is always handy. So we'll no longer be getting the inflation reduction, which is a shame, but it is going down anyway. Because apparently we have a strong treasury department. So that's still not bad. And more to the point, we're now getting +3 admin power per month from our advisor. That is well worth having. Okay, this is going to take a while. There we go, heretic fanatics again. Nature has punished us, we've got some devastation on what I perpetually think of as Easter Island. Right. I don't think there's anything we can do about it though. That's not our army, that's theirs. Give you the Conquistador now. Looks like Genoa's actually going to sort them out for us. But I'll head up anyway, just in case. No, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Let's send you back then. I don't want to lose army attrition again. So army tradition tends to affect how good your generals are. So there's a massive loss of prestige there. And I'm quite upset about the devastation, but can't really help it, and we do need to explore. First, let's move this army over here, which we should have done ages ago. Let's grab that army that had the conquistador and move them back to the new colony, which apparently has not even arrived yet. We've now got a much faster route to California. Okay, they're on the way. We will at some point think about the Protestant king again, but only once the wars of religion are over. Oh, good grief. Okay, well, the bourgeoisie is currently more loyal, so let's side with the pastors. Oh, good grief, is this Hausa? Wow. Okay, they're pretty big. See their armies happily liberating Benin as well. Whoop. Wilhelm of Clemes is helping us, so we've got some manpower, which is nice. Probably more than we can even use. I feel like we should be making some more troops, really. Okay. Let's just make 3 extra leather cannons per army. It'll be a bit tricky down in Africa, but I suppose we could put them here and hope that Hausa doesn't go for them. National sovereignty. Okay, so what have we had? Administrative, defensive, exploration and expansion. So we should probably be on another military idea, so I would like quality this time. It's pretty much between quality and offensive. Question we're going to have is when we actually go for them. Oh, nice. So Antilles has landed an army here. Provence is here. This is where we win out with having colonial nations, you see. Basically, whenever we have a war now, we have a lot of people on our side, and some of them are willing to travel an astonishing distance to help us. Great. Okay. A lot of the colonialism, casus bellis, were to do with colonial nations forming, I think. Yeah, there's enough supply limit there. So nothing we really need to pay any attention to. So I'm hoping if we take Hausa's capital city, they might be willing to pull out of the war. I'm curious about how powerful they actually are. No, definitely gain population, especially with 30 ducats. Good grief. That's nothing. Ruthless powermonger. Well, it's pretty much true, and I don't really want to lose more stability, so I'll embrace it. Wedge off from Scotland, I'll accept that. Looks like we might be winning here, which may mean that Hausa has a lower technology than us. This is a problem with military tech, you see. Yeah, they're only on 14. So they've just lost to Provence, even though they had a bigger army. Because Provence is on 18, as are we. Okay, I think... Have we cored this province? Calabar, no we haven't. Should do that. Could do with our final colonial nations forming so that we stop having so many uncored provinces that we don't want to core. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Alright, go back to Berry because it's fairly central. Anything good here? Still Protestant monarch, that's fine. Still don't want to make any cores. What I do want to do is make another manufactory. So... See, if we're not doing London, in some ways we could do with doing one in Great Britain. But then I don't necessarily want it spreading to Great Britain itself. As in the nation, I might actually do one here. Simply because the money gain is so great. It's got to be worth it. Right, let's also move these armies together. Sure if I can realistically get these over there. Bit risky, you know. Oh, we can try it. See what happens. World, I just wanted to use the manpower that Cleves had kindly given us. Okay, we've got another one. These wars of religion seriously need to stop. In theory, any time now, they should be over. Okay, it looks like our armies are actually going to get through. Which is nice. Very much appreciated. We have won this siege. Are you willing to make peace? You are not. Right, well in that case I'm going to take advantage of being able to enter Terra Incognita to find out all about your country. And conquer it. Oh, good grief. Spy network discovered. We should be fine, because we should only need 20 for our first one. Oh no, we've already got one. Well, fair enough. Let's get a second one. And I might leave a spy network there. Going to be losing our claims on Great Britain at this rate. Never mind. Can't be helped. I mean, really, we should have an army in Africa anyway. And we're probably going to need one for any uprisings, so... I don't like where they're going. Oh, that's alright. Provency sorting them out. Okay. Well, this isn't far too many notifications, but it looks like we've finally ended the wars of religion. Thank goodness for that. Gain force stability, which we don't really have a use for. Looks like our truce with Spain has ended. May as well keep on with the conversions. I don't think you can just resign as Defender of the Faith, unfortunately. But we can at least make use of it to convert everywhere. Flemish separatists. Of course there's going to be Flemish separatists. Where's our army? This looks big enough. Oh, interesting. Excellent. So those countries that sort of financed uprisings, you actually get a casus belli on. As it has pretty much doing Benin in. Can't really afford another prestige hit. So this relative's going to get away with it, I think. Actually, with the wars of religion officially being over, and given that we'll probably be leaving this army in Africa, I'm actually thinking I might take my second army over to Great Britain. I should check their allies though, because they might be allied with Spain. Also be giving you an explorer and getting started exploring to the west of Easter Island. Neglecting that, we're going to lose Australia. So many things to remember. This is why France isn't recommended for beginners, you see. Okay, who are your allies now? Brazil, the Papal State, Galera, and right, none of those are particularly scary. So, Great Britain is definitely a target. So we've got a fort here. Okay. Right, well let's take this. Extra infantry combat ability. I'm going to have to balance this, because really we want to increase our military technology as much as possible. Okay, cool. Done better with Cameroon, although apparently we're now trading in slaves. I am so proud. We've lost our claim on Cornwall. You know what that means? That means we're going to start losing a lot of other crimes on Great Britain. So let's start building a spy network, because we do want to attack them next. And while we're at it, I'm going to send an improved relations to Genoa. Oh, I think it's improving anyway. I think a lot of the harm in our relations with them is down to us having force vassalised them. New land claimed. Excellent. Let's go with production. And money is always appreciated. Let us build another manufactory. So what we should find is we get a kind of critical mass with all these manufactories and end up gaining ridiculous amounts of money. Right, let's put one there. But at the moment I'm just peppering them around. They're much better if you pair them with workshops. So we're probably going to want to start building workshops all over the place as well soon. Just double check again that they don't want to make peace. Oh, we do want to make peace. Let us pull back our diplomat from Genoa then. Happily accept some money from them, but we're not actually out for Hausa. So just accept whatever they're willing to give us. But then Benin, yeah, full annexation. That's more like it. The question's going to be whether that's enough to satisfy the nobles. It is. Brilliant. Okay. So we are going to want to get our army back to Benin. Surely you don't need us. No, they don't. Plus they're particular, so they're not too big a deal. So we may actually need to use the ships. I'm concerned they'll get stuck, unable to go through Dahomey. So let's just move these ships there, because that's where I think they'll get stuck, and just check. Yeah, and we're losing our claims. Another conversion. So we'll probably get uprisings in Benin at some point. So I'm just thinking, let's move our army so that it can put them down. We could, in theory, think about attacking other nations to the south, especially once colonies are finished, but I just want an army in Africa for now. I'm mostly keeping the peace right now, so we need to know where the best place is for them to live, and it looks like nowhere is actually big enough. That's unfortunate. So I'm just going to split the army in two, and the one without the general... No, don't go on the ship, sorry, split in half. One without the general can go into the relatively safe area of Bonnie. That's fine, so you stay there, and we are going to start moving armies across to Great Britain. So we had, I think, 5 claims. And we've lost 2. Okay, in the meantime I'm going to improve relations with Ndongo again. Looks like they're willing to be vassalised, but I think they always were. I think the problem was that we couldn't get our relations with them high enough. Not much we can do about it, really. Feels like very slow, bitty progress. Okay, the pastors want a new farm estate, which I'm totally up for. Nobles want us to attack yet another place, no thanks. And they want to increase our commercial presence. I think we'll go with a farm estate. So that's in Bordeaux, because we want to build manufactories anyway. So that will be the basic manufacturer, will be the farm estate. But in fact, any manufacturer would do. So you wouldn't need to go off to the basic one if you wanted one of the fancy new versions. You can now make cathedrals, you know, if you wanted, like, I don't know, soldiers' households or something. It'd still count as completing the pastor's estate agenda. Okay. Right, so taking someone from Benin, which is good. These guys should start exploring west. Just while we sort everything out. As soon as we send them for home, which will probably be fairly shortly, we'll get those other ships up to Europe, so that we're in a position to ferry troops across to Great Britain. And then that will probably be next episode for the actual attack on Great Britain. I'm a little reluctant to fabricate any claims until we've lost all our existing ones, because the claims will cost much more. Oh, this is good. This is where my knowledge of Pacific geography lets me down, but it looks like we might be able to island hop all the way to Australia. It's fantastic. Okay, so that's going to involve quite a big fight down here, which we are definitely going to lose. So it might be worth even moving them at Great Britain. We'd need that colony to finish. Shouldn't be a huge issue. Looks like we already moved the ships, that's good. So they're in position. We're literally just awaiting our claims now. So there's no more claims we can make on Milan. Okay, so we'll stop there. Okay, so what else do we want to do? Is there anything? I don't know if there's anything. Spain happily doesn't actually seem to have tried to ally with anyone big. So, given we technically made some inroads into the Holy Roman Empire there, we could possibly do Great Britain and then turn for Spain. Interesting. Anyway, let's have a Catholic king. Hang on a minute, it's a regent. You mean regent? Why is he a regent suddenly? Obviously there's a danger he could die any time, but he could also be hanging on forever. So I'm going to try it. I don't like the stability drop. And I'm going to be very upset if he immediately turns Catholic again. After that. Right, so in theory, you should be able to walk over here without any issues. So that's deeply into California territory. Who have we got? French Columbia. Let's just check this. French Columbia is on 16. I'm going to leave it be and get a few monarch points. So yeah, I want to make sure we've got at least a foothold in California. We will try and finish off these colonies. I think this particular colonial army is just going to be doing this area from now on. Don't mind making a state as long as we don't try to make any cores. We probably need to core Benin though, don't we? So these will all be the ones with overextension next to them. But yeah, this is going to get very confusing. Lost our claim on Gloucester, that's good. Cameroon is done. Excellent. So we've only really got one more of these to do, and then we can either start down here or more likely move this army up to Cascada. I kind of feel like this one army isn't really going to be enough to get us a decent claim up here, seeing as Spain's already on it with their extra colonial powers. So yeah, but we've lost Gloucester, so only need to lose a couple more and we should be ready to go. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that should all work out quite well, because I do want to pull this army out before the war with Great Britain. Probably is worth just exploring a little further, and then we'll just call it a day. Sorry, just wondering where Wallace is. Oh, right, that's Austria. I think that was Geneva. Fair enough. choice of islands here. Actually, we can colonise that one without conquistador, so that's something. Because it already counts as explored. Okay, brilliant. So they're heading home. Got an uprising coming. Typical Beninese separatists. Fair enough. Independence for Salute. So not too worried about that. I strongly suspect and that Provence or Genoa would. But in any case, let's leave it there for now. So yeah, a bit of a bitty episode, possibly not the most fascinating, but we took Benin, and I think we're moving well on with the colonisation, and we're in position to take Great Britain. We've moved to our first +3 advisor, probably going to move towards having entirely +3 advisors, but this one of course is cheaper, we need to remember that, and we do need to keep building these manufactories. Must not forget. So you can see where they currently are. So if we get some places that are nice, and actually that's quite central and it has a pretty good money thing. So yeah, we'll leave that building for next time. But yeah, hopefully war on Great Britain again next time. Thanks for watching. See you then.